You don't think Putin is intimidated by Biden?
I don't believe so.
You don't
No.
think so?
I mean, why would he be? If he were intimidated by Biden, he wouldn't be doing what he's doing today.
I mean, he sounds like a pretty intimidating guy. What he said to Peter Doocy yesterday, right? The question was asked. Did you hear what he said to Peter Doocy? If you want to pull that up. Matter of fact, just play it. David, if you can turn it over so we can show the video when Peter Doocy asked the question, if you can make that bigger somehow, Control Plus, and then audio would be very helpful, Tyler. Most people can't. Yeah, go back to it again.
Inflation is a political liability ahead of the midterm?
That's a great asset. More inflation. What a stupid son of a bitch.
So how bad is that, by the way? Is that like, Adam, to you? You hear that. Does that do anything to you? Or you're like, I can't believe he said that.
That's not a pro or a con to me. I mean, it's like, okay, good for you.
Got it. So
I mean, Trump has said worse on a hot mic loudly. So
Okay, but this is the thing, though. You know, you voted for Biden. A lot of people who voted for Biden, I'm not making assumptions about your reasons, but a lot of people said it's because Trump's not civil enough. He doesn't act presidential. He says stuff like that. And so when Biden says the same thing, you know, I think it should be condemned the same way, but it's not really. I mean,
if he had a track record of doing that to reporters and calling the media fake news and literally encouraging people to fight each other, yeah, okay, yes, let's lampoon on Biden. He kind of was like, bitch. I mean, who doesn't talk like that? I mean if someone pisses you off,
hot mic,
okay, if someone pisses you off, like regardless of who you are, you stupid.
But you know what would happen if, let's say, if Governor DeSantis, he has a press conference today, and if he said something like that to a reporter, the media would go insane. Like, you might not. I'm not saying you would, but
I wouldn't.
But you know, it would be like a nuclear meltdown from CNN and from NPR.
I hear what you're saying. You know, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice. If this starts to being a reoccurring theme that Biden is just this foul mouth.
But it happened last week as well.
Yeah, but most of the time he's calling you like a foul mouth, pony faced dog. Like,
can I tell you something? Can I tell you something?
Names from like the 1940s.
Let me ask you, who seems that they're angrier, Trump or Biden? Angrier.
Right now?
No. Just period. Go to Trump?
Trump
they would ask him a question.
Dude,
no. Was he angry? Was he competitive? Was he a troll? Because Biden just seems angry.
I will give you that.
Yeah, he seems angry. He seems like he's bitter. I'm like, buddy,
nobody was feistier than Trump. I think
something.
Trump is in a whole nother atmosphere. But clearly, Biden's poll numbers are in the gutter.
Yeah.
He's not exactly having a great week or a great month or a great way to start the year. So he's a little feisty. You know what? I show a little backbone and call somebody a son of a bitch. I'm okay with that, Sleepy Joe.
Yeah.
Wake up.
I will tell you what happened yesterday, right afterwards. So Peter Doocy goes on Fox, and he tells him how it was and what happened, because he didn't know what he said back to him. He couldn't hear him. He thought he said SOB. Says, no, they said the whole thing, and then, they're talking about that would be a great title for a book. Stupid son of a... Can you imagine that title for a book? That'd be a great title for a book. But he says later on, Biden called him. And he says nothing.
Doocy.
Yeah, he says, I just got a call from Biden on my cell. And he said, hey, nothing personal, pal. That's what he said. He said,
I respect the
I
hell
do
out of
too.
that.
I like that, to be honest with you.
The fact that he called up the reporter and said, hey, buddy.
He said nothing personal. And then he said afterwards, he said, President Biden, you just have to know, I'm going to ask the questions that others are not willing to ask you. And
Respect.
Biden said, and you should. So if you enjoyed this little short segment from the podcast that we did, here's another short segment to watch. Or if you want to see the entire podcast, click over here. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.